morning. Please continue standing for the national anthem. Oh, or stand up if you weren't standing. Performed a cappella by some of our incredibly talented graduates of the Conservatory for the Performing Arts.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Amazing, right? You can be seated. Again, good morning. I am Dr. Diane Lynch, the president of Stevens College, and it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you to the commencement ceremonies for the graduating class of 2023. That's an applause line. It is. In honor of these extraordinary graduates, in honor of everything they have become, and knowing what amazing Stevens alumni they will continue to be, I'm going to ask you to join me in making this the happiest, most exuberant commencement ceremony in the history of Stevens College, which I promise you is saying something. Right? Right. Yes. Yeah. Woo, woo, woo. Right? Because let me just tell you, if there's ever been a class that deserves to be loud and proud, it's this one. Yes. Let me begin our formal ceremony. I'm not going to have to prompt you anymore about applause lines. I know it. You're just going to do this. I know it. Let me begin our formal ceremony by recognizing and honoring those among us whose service and sacrifice ensure that our nation continues to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. I ask that the active duty military and veterans among us please stand so we can thank you for your service. Thank you. Now I'd like to recognize and thank the very special people who collectively and individually have made this celebration possible. Our accomplished and dedicated faculty, our remarkable and committed staff, and especially the members of the Commencement Committee, including Lita Pistono and Alicia McGee in the President's Office, and all of you, all of our friends and families. Without your support, love, patience, understanding, finances, love, persistence, and love, it is very likely that these graduates would not be here today. It's a little hard in terms of sight line, but graduates, I'm going to ask you to get up on your feet, Find those special people out there in the audience and wave and say thank you. And Mage, where's your family? Where's Mage? Mage, where's your family? Okay. Okay. Okay, and I specifically would like to ask Mage's family to stand up because she can't see you. I'm waving for her. She's down here in her wheelchair. Oh. Got you. Let me next introduce you to the members of the platform party who share the stage with me this morning. Dr. Leslie Willey, our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Mary Amanda Haskins. There's a reason she's your commencement speaker, Associate Professor of Health Sciences and our commencement speaker, and Dr. James Terry, Associate Professor of Art History and Faculty Chair, who is serving as our head marshal. Please join me in thanking them for their contributions. And now please join me in welcoming Dr. Leslie Willey to the podium.
In light of the lasting impact they have on the lives of our graduates, I would like to recognize all of our faculty for the work they do. In no small measure, faculty have a significant impact upon the lives of each and every student. They have supported you, challenged you, helped you accomplish things you never thought you could possibly achieve, and I'm sure there were many times throughout your years here that you discovered your faculty knew you, your strengths and needs, better than you knew yourself. They have invested their time and talents in helping you achieve your goals, and they are all so very proud of you today. Please join me in thanking them for all that they do. Faculty, please stand. Every year, students get to nominate faculty to receive two of the most esteemed awards, the Distinguished Teaching Award and the Michael Bowling Distinguished Advising Award. This is an opportunity for students to express their appreciation and acknowledgement of the work of our faculty. And I can assure you that it's one of the greatest honors a faculty member can receive. I would like to recognize the recipient of the 2023 Distinguished Teaching Award, Dr. Mary Amanda Haskins. Please join me in congratulating Mary. I would also like to recognize the recipient of the 2023 Michael Bowling Distinguished Advising Award, Dr. Monica McMurray, Professor of Fashion. Please join me in congratulating Monica. Finally, I would like to recognize the contributions of our academic leadership team. Dr. Kate Bernaking-Kogut, Dean of the School of Integrative Studies, Dr. Dan Kissinger, Interim Dean of the School of Health Sciences, and Jennifer Hemphill, Dean of the Conservatory for the Performing Arts. These academic leaders provide vision, direction, and support to the faculty and students at Stevens. Kate, Dan, and Jen, please stand to be recognized. We have a tradition at Stevens that the recipient of our Distinguished Faculty Award is also one of our commencement speakers. Like many of our best traditions at Stevens, it's an idea that came from our students, who asked that the faculty member they have identified as being an outstanding teacher be the person to share a few final words of wisdom. I can't think of anybody better suited for that privilege than today's faculty commencement speaker, Dr. Mary Amanda Haskins. Dr. Haskins has been a faculty member of Stevens College for the past 7 years. She graduated from the nation's first state-supported college for women and has made significant contributions to the Life Sciences Department at Stevens, previously serving as the program chair. Dr. Haskins' research and teaching interests are wide-ranging and encompass areas such as osteoporosis, health behavior, weight management, health disparities, public health, nutrition, and the history of women in STEM. She has co-authored several peer-reviewed articles published in prestigious journals, such as the International Journal of Health Sciences, the Journal of Research in Health Sciences, and the Journal of Cancer Research and Clinical Oncology, among others. In addition to her academic achievements, Dr. Haskins has presented her research findings at several national and international conferences, including the Society for Public Health Educators, American College of Sports Medicine, American Academy of Health Behavior, and the Missouri Public Health Association. Her certifications from the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health Center for Communications, Pan American Health Organization for the World Health Organization, National Cancer Institute, Stanford Medicine, and the National Osteoporosis Foundation reflect her commitment to staying at the forefront of her field. She and her husband are also new proud parents of twin boys. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Mary Amanda Haskins to the podium.
Thank you. All right, dear graduates, congratulations. I hope you are filled with pride today as you walk across the stage. I know each of you during your time at Stevens College has found strength, skills, and toughness that you never knew otherwise. Likely there were challenging moments during your academic career that made you pivot. Maybe you've had to scrap and redesign a garment, or a research proposal, or set scenery. I know you've had projects and papers that have demanded your attention to detail, including edits and rewrites and alterations or modifications, or just completely starting over. Your ability to overcome those challenging moments, your tenacity, and your perseverance through those really stressful days, that's what brought you here today. Knowing you are leaving with more grit and toughness than you arrived with, I want to encourage you to think about this quote from Jim Henson. The only way magic works is by hard work. But hard work can be fun. And I hope you've had fun in the midst of your hard work. And that's why I want to share something that I have recently learned on the street, Sesame Street to be exact. And that's, I wonder, what if, let's try. These are the words that Jim Henson's characters often say that I want to leave with you. This speaks to the power of curiosity, imagination, and experimentation. Although I wonder, what if, let's try, is often said or sung by Elmo when he runs out of blocks or faces other obstacles that are typical for a fictional red toddler Muppet. These are three elements that have the potential to take you places you never thought possible. I wonder, what if, let's try. I wonder. First, I want to encourage you to embrace your natural curiosity. Ask questions, seek to understand, and challenge assumptions. This is the foundation for creativity and innovation. I wonder why clinical trials have excluded some populations from research and used another demographic in establishing algorithms for kidney functioning. I wonder why the cast of characters has looked monochrome for so many Broadway plays. I wonder why there's a lack of adaptive fashion lines to meet the needs of people with diverse abilities and medical needs. Remember that the most successful people are not necessarily those who know everything, but rather those who are curious enough to keep learning. What if? So, secondly, I want to encourage you to let your imagination run wild. Never underestimate the power of dreaming big. The world we live in is constantly evolving, and the only way to keep up is to imagine what could be possible. What if you wrote a grant to study EGFR and to develop a test to measure kidney function that did not include race? I would read it. What if you wrote or auditioned for a role in a diverse and inclusive cast that did not go along with typical or cookie-cutter ideas of who could play what? I would watch it. What if you designed your own affordable line of children's clothes that could fit somebody with a gastric tube or a tracheostomy? I promise you I would buy it. Do not be afraid to think freely and explore new possibilities. Let's try. Okay. So finally, I want you to be willing to try new things. Life is full of opportunities, but they often come disguised as challenges. So let's try to find a funding agency committed to reducing health disparities and eliminate biases in kidney transplants. Let's try casting authentically and diversely, realizing that a mermaid can in fact have beautiful braids and black skin. Let's create functional outerwear for little ones who may exist only with special supportive medical equipment that requires a little bit of innovation with snaps, zips, or buttons. Don't be afraid to take risks and try something new. Even if you fail, the experience will teach you something valuable that will help you grow as a person. I wonder, what if, let's try. I wonder what incredible things you will accomplish if you combine your curiosity, imagination, and willingness to try. What if you could change the world in ways you never thought possible? Let's try and find out. As you leave this chapter of your life and you start a new one, I want to remind you that the possibilities are endless. Always stay curious, imagine the things that are possible, imagine the impossible, and be willing to try new things. I know you will all make the world a better and more beautiful place. Congratulations, graduates, and best of luck in all of your future endeavors.
Thank you. So this year we actually did something a little bit different. This year we asked you to select the speaker from your class. I know, right? It's about time we did that, right? And the person you selected is Savannah S.J. Johnson. Come on up here, S.J. S.J. is a native of Central Missouri, graduated high school from Southern Boone in Ashland. I did not know that. Local. During her time at Stevens College, S.J. has been involved all over the place on campus, including being a member of the Stevens Star soccer team, creative director of Creative Inc. Marketing and Stevens Life magazine, part of the design collective, and now I can say it out loud, one of the 10 ideals. She's graduating with a BFA in digital filmmaking and a minor in graphic design. SJ, as far as I know, unless you've changed your mind, is headed to LA in early June to work on a film by Stevens alumna Ten Martin. The circle continues. Yes. Would SJ's family please stand and be recognized? There you are. Please join me in welcoming SJ to the podium, and y'all, you need to make her feel really welcome.
Okay. One of the first things I was ever taught as a filmmaker here at Stevens is that a single second of footage is 24 frames. 24 individual photos that were taken so quickly and so close together that they give the illusion of movement. In a single minute, that is 1,500 snapshots. In 30 minutes, that's 43,200 photos. And in 2 hours, which is the average length of a movie, that is 172,800 individual photos lined up back to back to create the stories that we all love to tell. This moment, with all of us sitting here, buzzing with excitement, this is that final snapshot, that 24th photo in that first second of our own movies, of our own lives. That's really scary to think about. A good portion of our lives has been dedicated to essays, group projects, and endless nights full of stress and sleep-deprived laughs. So, what now? Literally anything. anything that your heart can dream up. These few short years here at Stevens have shaped us as people more than most of us can even begin to fathom. The people we come into contact with in these 4 years are the people that help make us into the individuals we are meant to be, for better and for worse. These are people that we will carry in everything we do, consciously or subconsciously. These are the people that make up the fragments of our souls, our personalities, our lives. Although I myself am a very, play it by ear kind of person, I do have some rules that I would love to share with you guys that I've come up with here over my semesters here as a Susie. I will lovingly refer to these as the 3 rules of okays. Rule number 1, it is okay to not be okay. 4 years can hold a lot of good times, but it can also hold a lot of bad. I know there are plenty of moments I'd love to go back and redo to do the right thing, say the right thing, and be there when I was needed most. But those are moments, and no matter how much they sting, they don't define us as people. The good do. Those lows are simply lessons we learn in order to do better later in life. When I look back on my time here at Stevens, there will be plenty of moments where I groan and say, oh my God, what was I doing? But there are going to be 1,000 more good ones to follow. For every soccer practice where I would have rather been doing literally anything else, I will always think of the morning workout we had in the snow where we had to push Kiana's car up the hill. We had to push her car up the hill because it would not make it in the ice. For every day I was debating whether or not to go to class, I'll smile at the memory of managing to completely surprise Madison with a surprise Taylor Swift-themed 22nd birthday party at my house. Thanks to Grace and Emma for making that happen. For every exhausting moment I sat at my computer trying to edit my film with a mushy brain, I'll laugh at the night I stood on the wheelie tables in the Mac lab with Gabby, dancing to Pitbull songs to keep us awake. For every stress-filled evening I had over assignments I had procrastinated on, I'll smile at the memories of the late nights I made with my fellow 10 ideals, and how close I got with them in a single year's time. The bad days will always be heavy, but they will never outnumber the good. Rule number 2, it's okay to not know what you're doing. I am the walking embodiment of that ideology. I turned this speech in 2 days ago, which is pretty on brand for me, if any of you have ever met me. I have my ideas of what I want to do with my life, and that's the blueprint I give people whenever I get asked the age-old question of, so what now? Got any jobs lined up? And if you're someone out there that plans on asking me that question, please stop. It stresses me out. But if I'm being honest, I have no idea what I want to do with my life. I have so many things that I love doing that I discovered in just these past few years alone. I'm graduating with a minor in graphic design, and I didn't even know I liked doing graphic design, much less had any skill in it. Not until, where is she at, Bethany? Where are you? Not until Bethany came to Stevens and revived the comm design program with her quiet tenacity and plentiful love for teaching, and I thank the world every day for bringing her here. What I'm saying with rule number 2 is that you might not know what you're doing with your life, even though you're going to have a degree in your hands very soon. You might change your mind and decide that you don't actually want to do meteorology like you did growing up, but you instead want to make silly little movies to make people laugh and brighten their day. That may or may not be personal experience. It's okay to change your mind, and it's okay to change it again and again and again. That's the beauty of being human. Our brains can think of some crazy things, and we might be insane enough to follow them. I recently had a conversation with a friend of mine, Camry Anderson. We were catching up with each other since we've both been busy with our lives, and with where she is now, you probably wouldn't have guessed that she was on the stage graduating a year ago. She is the happiest she has ever been, and it's because she gave herself the space to be alone, to do things for herself. She chose herself and her happiness over other trivial things in her life, and she is thriving because of it, which leads me into my 3rd rule. Rule number 3, it is okay to say no just as much as it's okay to say yes. It's important to know where your limits are, and I'm personally still trying to learn that one myself. Everyone needs time to recuperate, and sometimes you just don't have the energy or time to do something. Or maybe you just really don't want to. That's okay. But don't use no as your crutch. Saying no allows you to stay in your comfort zone, so how are you ever going to grow if you say no to everything? Allow yourself to be a yes man. Use the improv exercise of yes and in your everyday life. Saying yes is how you grow as a person. and how you open up the door to new opportunities for yourself. I know I didn't meet any of my best friends by saying no and staying in for the night. I can actually vividly remember having to be convinced to go out my junior year by my sorority family, and it was one of the best nights of my college career, and I know there was a bond created between us that night. Say no when you have to, but say yes when you have room to. So, my final words to you, my fellow graduates, are actually not my own, but rather the wisdom of my past professors, or the tripod, as we so lovingly called them in the film department. Be as thoughtful, kind, and optimistic as Carrie Yost with your everyday life, and your good karma will return to you in tenfold. Be as passionate, curious, and steadfast as Steph Borklin is with all your projects in life, and you'll take pride in them no matter what. Carry with you the love and support that those here at Stevens wish to give you, and don't be afraid to ask for help. What's the worst they can say? No? And keep the wise words of Chase Thompson near, because films don't want to be made. Filmmaking is just a really extreme and creative problem-solving job if you break it down to its basics. So, if this is that final frame in that very first second of your life, how are you going to make sure that your movie gets made exactly the way you want? Easy. By doing it yourself. Thank you.
Nicely done. Nicely done. There's so many things I'm going to talk about later that are exactly the same, but I didn't know that because I didn't see your speech before you gave it. And I trusted you implicitly, and I was right. Thank you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Emma Schell. Come on up, Emma! Emma is receiving her Bachelor of Fine Arts in Musical Theater. She served as the 2023 Student Government Association President and the chairperson for the Warehouse Theater Company. Yes! Would Emma's family please stand and be recognized? There you are. Please join me in welcoming Emma to the podium.
Good morning. Hello. I had the pleasure of being the class of 2023's student government president. First of all, to the class of 2023, we did it. Our time here has had its ups and downs, and I know a lot of us had times where we felt like we wouldn't make it to this moment, but we did, and now we get to celebrate that with one another and our faculty. All of you sitting here today should be so incredibly proud of yourselves when you think about everything that you did to get to these seats. We all accomplished something great, and it is in no small part thanks to the strong network that this school has helped us to create for ourselves. I want to thank the faculty at this school, because without them, we would not have been able to become the people that we have become today. Today, I have the opportunity to present President Lynch with this year's senior gift to thank her for everything that she has done for us.
Cheerios! Yes!
This year, we have an amalgamation of things, but Cheerios is the only thing that people told me she liked. So,
I like you.
but the important thing is we have a notebook that was signed by all of the graduating seniors for Diane. Thank you.
I can't wait to read it.
Congratulations to the class of 2023, and as Diane would say, continue to dream up.
So thank you so much. And you know, I do think sometimes you should dream up, but I almost never say it. This is wonderful, and I love it. And the only other thing you should know is that Ella and Rosie also love Cheerios.
Okay. As Vice President for Academic Affairs, it is my pleasure to present these candidates for degrees. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree please stand and be recognized? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please stand and be recognized? Assistant Professor Jamie Grisham will announce each candidate who crosses the stage to receive a diploma. Students graduating with honors are wearing a medallion symbolizing their achievement. Before we begin the presentation of diplomas, I ask that all candidates for degrees stand as President Lynch confers your individual degrees. Okay. President Lynch, on behalf of the faculty, I present these candidates for conferring of degrees.
So you know, if you've listened to anything I've said, you know that ritual matters. You know that it changes our lives. You know that you walked into this building and here you are surrounded by the people, so many of the people who love you most, including me. And you will leave this building college graduates. You have worked so hard and so long, and it is so easy to miss these moments, to just get swept up in them. And then you walk out and you think, what happened? Wait. And so I am going to ask you to stop. Just stop, exhale. Just be present. This is the only time in your life that you will ever be in a place where you are not a college graduate. And in 30 seconds, you're going to be one. It's life-changing. There aren't very many things that are as lasting because nobody can ever take it away from you. Not that anybody would ever try. So just for one brief moment. And all of you as well who have watched this journey and invested your heart, your soul, your hard work in this moment with those you love most, these incredible Stevens graduates. Okay. You're like, okay. Okay. I'm so happy for you. By the authority of the state of Missouri, given to the trustees of Stevens College and entrusted to me by them, I hereby award to you, upon recommendation of your faculty, who know you well, the degrees that you have earned during the course of your studies at Stevens College, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining, in token whereof we are about to present you with your diplomas. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from right to left. And everybody, now's the time to... Oh, come on. Yeah. Okay. Will you please be seated, and congratulations.
Savannah J. Johnson, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Filmmaking, minor in Graphic Design, Stevens Scholar. Bella Diane Cadena, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Musical Theater, Latin Honors, summa cum laude. Reagan Elaine Grisolano, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Musical Theater, Latin Honors, magna cum laude. Hannah Marie Helms, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Acting, Latin Honors, magna cum laude, Stephen Scholar. Rachel Marie Perez, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Musical Theater, Latin Honors, summa cum laude. Anna Michelle Rimar, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Musical Theater. Emma Susan Schell, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Musical Theater, Latin Honors, magna cum laude. Karina Beata Short, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Acting, Latin Honors, summa cum laude, and Stephen Scholar. Caitlin G. Smith, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Musical Theater, Latin Honors, summa cum laude. Rose Michelle Aaron Hersterbauer, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Avery O'Neill Bird, Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Anya Patrice Castelli, Bachelor of Science in Health Science, minor in Psychology, Legacy, Mother Danielle Castelli, class of '97. Aditi Vikram Kohan, Bachelor of Science in Integrative Human Biology. Mackenzie Gail Christensen, Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Julia Kate Christopher, Bachelor of Science in Education, Latin Honors, magna cum laude. Jillian Mason Clark, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, minor in the arts, Latin Honors, cum laude, and Stephen Scholar. Megan Summer Kaufman, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Latin Honors, magna cum laude. Magdalena Susan Dale, Bachelor of Science in Equestrian Studies, Latin Honors, summa cum laude, and Stephen Scholar. Hope Alice Darty, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Filmmaking, minor in Small Business Management and Ownership, a minor in Communication Design, and Latin Honors, magna cum laude. Dara Alexandra Day, Bachelor of Science in Strategic Communication, Integrated Marketing. Mackenzie Lynn Domesic Rink, Bachelor of Science in Biology, minor in Chemistry, minor in Women's Studies, Latin Honors, summa cum laude, and Stephen Scholar. Mia Alicia Dozier, Bachelor of Science in Communication Design, minor in Women's Studies, Latin Honors, magna cum laude. Tashawn Danya Ducker, Bachelor of Science in Human Development. Kiana Sherilyn Ellison, Bachelor of Science in Health Science, minor in Psychology. Isabel Talia Florence Young, Bachelor of Science in Education, Latin Honors, magna cum laude. Kaylee Elizabeth Foss, Bachelor of Science in Biology with a minor in Chemistry. Abby Patrice Heller, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Filmmaking, minor in Creative Writing. Alexandra Marie Henry Allen, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Fashion Design and Product Development. Erin Rose Hickey, Bachelor of Science in Human Development. Elena Ray Hink, Bachelor of Science in Integrative Human Biology, minor in Chemistry, Stephen Scholar. Magdalena Paige Howe, Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Katie Rose Howell, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Filmmaking, minor in English. Abigail Marie Humston, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theatrical Costume Design, Latin Honors, cum laude. Lauren Grace Husky, Bachelor of Science in Education, Latin Honors, magna cum laude. Jessica Lynn Kittle, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Fashion Design and Product Development. Catherine Joyce Kleinpeter, Bachelor of Science in Equestrian Studies and Stephen Scholar. Margaret Catherine Larson, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Fashion Design and Product Development, Latin Honors, magna cum laude. Sarah Allison Lemerand, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Filmmaking, Latin Honors, summa cum laude. Taylor Isabel Mansour, Bachelor of Science in Integrative Human Biology, minor in Chemistry and Equestrian Studies, and Stephen Scholar. Isabella Marie Mark, Bachelor of Science in Equestrian Studies, Latin Honors, cum laude. Diana Melissa Martinez Tarico, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, minor in Marketing, Latin Honors, magna cum laude. Morgan Quinn McCall, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Filmmaking, minor in Communication Design, Latin Honors, summa cum laude, presented by Legacy Mother Michelle McCall, class of 1990. Jessalyn Renee McSwain, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Creative Writing, minor in the arts, Latin honors, summa cum laude, and Stephen Scholar. Lucille Elizabeth Melema, Bachelor of Science in Equestrian Studies, and Stephen Scholar. Maggie Christine Meyer, Bachelor of Science in Education, Latin honors, magna cum laude. Allison Janae Moore, Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Madison Taylor Moore, Bachelor of Science in Communication Design, Latin honors, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Ray Moreland, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Latin honors, magna cum laude. Kaylee Vale Morton, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Latin honors, summa cum laude. Aspen May Oakley, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Fashion Design and Business, and Stephen Scholar. Lindsay Abigail Pica, Bachelor of Science in Education, Latin honors, summa cum laude. Autumn Sun Ransell, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Latin honors, cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Reese, Bachelor of Science in Integrative Human Biology, minor in Psychology. Bailey Marie Robertson, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Madison Nicole Robertson, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and Stephen Scholar. Judith Rojas, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Filmmaking with a minor in Creative Writing. Kelsey Marissa Ross, Bachelor of Science in Health Science. Chloe Jan Rubel, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Emma Louise Shepker, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Filmmaking. Lana Elizabeth Sibley, Bachelor of Science in Human Development. Abby Nicole Sims, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Fashion Design and Product Development, minor in Small Business Management and Ownership. Taylor Renee Smith, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, Latin honors summa cum laude with minors in education and a Stephen Scholar. Erica Mabel Smith, Bachelor of Science in Fashion Marketing and Management, Latin honors, summa cum laude. Kaylee Jo Swinford, Bachelor of Science in Equestrian Studies. Olivia Nicole Thompson, Bachelor of Science in Integrated Marketing Communications with minors in Small Business Management and Ownership. Lauren Marie Vineyard, Bachelor of Science in Integrative Human Biology. Alexi Whittem, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theatrical Costume Design, Latin Honors Magna Cum Laude. Legacy, Mother Elizabeth Whittem, Class of '09. Krishay Audrey Wilkes, Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Kaisley Ann Williams, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theatrical Costume Design.
Okay, everybody, this is your last, not quite, but one of your last chances to give it up for the class of 2023. Pretty good. Good. So fun. So fun. Woohoo! I love it. Okay. So, I know it's warm in here, but this is my last chance to have all of you in one place. And it's one of the privileges of being the president that I get to be one of the last voices you hear. Every year, as I prepare to do this, I try really hard to remember what it was like to be you. To be sitting where you are, knowing that you're about to walk out of your college graduation, your commencement, and into a world that has changed completely because you have changed within it. Some of you, okay, maybe most of you, feel ready or not. SJ, you nailed it. I understand, because it's a lot to get used to. It's a lot to get your head around. But the truth is, you could not be more prepared. You couldn't be more prepared. You arrived on campus 4 or 3 years ago without the faintest clue what was going to happen to you next. Remember how much you didn't know about everything? Right? Remember that? Like, when you look back, you must think, I had an empty head. Like, I had no idea. And look at you now. You have accomplished what you set out to do, and I'm going to repeat some of the things that have already been said about you. You've done it with grit and hard work, endless, hilarious, sleepless laughter, and constant grace. And by the way, while you were here, you also managed to weather a global pandemic. Yeah, you did. Yeah, we did. Right? Yeah, you did. Right. And let me tell you what, that was not on anybody's list of graduation requirements when you arrived. And you did what needed to be done. Do you remember? You do. It's easy to forget. You masked, right? And you distanced, or you were supposed to distance. You did it when I was around. And you Zoomed. And you still met your deadlines. You still managed to do all the things college students do. And I don't want to know about some of them. But that's okay. And you made your best friends forever. You persevered and you pulled it off. And to a huge extent on your own terms. And if you can take on a pandemic, my dear Stevens graduates, you can take on the world. Yes, woohoo is right. Woohoo, right? I mean, really, I'm sorry. None of the rest of you had to do this in college or when you were 20. You are an extraordinary, extraordinary group of extraordinary human beings. and you have been tested by the equivalent, the health equivalent of fire, and you have come through it steely and strong, and I hope confident. So the only real question before you right now is, what do you want? Think about that. In your whole life, have you ever been at a place where somebody wasn't going to tell you what you were supposed to do next fall? Right? I mean, every fall since you were 5, right? You knew where you were supposed to be, right? There was a locker with your name on it, right? Somewhere. Or a seat or a chair somewhere. Or, in high school. This is the first time. That's no longer true. And that should be a little daunting. I get it. We'll talk about that in a minute. But it's really the opportunity of your lifetime, because you are about ready to launch what is the adventure of your life, and it's called your life. I'm not going to ask you, so what are you going to do? Like, what's the question? Don't ask. But when you answer, you should be absolutely proud to say, don't know, but I'll keep you posted. Some of you have already decided. For you, what's next is grad school or working at Boone Hospital, yay! Or other, yes, yay! Or other hospitals, our nursing program, our inaugural nursing graduates, yay! Yeah. Or teaching in our children's school, or heading to New York. And for you, congratulations. You're on your way to becoming the scholar, the healthcare provider, the performer, the teacher you have aspired to becoming. And for the rest of you, it's all about possibility. And that means you can do anything you want to do. I was a faculty member for a long time. I loved it. Someday I will go back to being a faculty member. It's the greatest and most important job on the planet. But I used to maintain a list of dream jobs for my students. And it was really big because I was never really sure who was going to be doing the dreaming. Sometimes all you need is a nudge or a little bit more information to give you the direction and focus you need to go after your own dream. So as I was preparing for this moment, this speech, and you should know this, I take this privilege of talking to you at this moment really seriously. I agonize about what I am going to say. You can ask anybody who works with me. I have on my desktop this morning at 6:30, I had 11 versions of this speech. 11, and 10 of them were horrible. But here I am. And as I was doing that, I realized that Dr. Haskins and your amazing classmate have already offered you the most inspiring and uplifting advice anybody could ever offer you. In fact, so much of what they said, that's what I was going to say in those other versions. So I think that part of our ceremonial responsibility is well covered. So I decided to be useful. And the most useful thing I can offer you as you head out into the world is some really specific advice about what you're going to do next. And in this post-pandemic, incredibly tight labor market, this is a great time to be graduating from college. You have nothing but choices. So for a few minutes, and everybody please just stick with me here, I'm going to talk to you about jobs. Yeah, that's right. So you've got all the inspiration you need, and now I'm going to talk about what to do with it. I know you've done your career and professional development program, and it's great preparation for the process. But I'm going to give you my types of dream job summary, just in case you haven't thought about all your options, and I'm pretty sure you haven't. Just saying. So, okay, there's categories of jobs. One is I call ready to launch jobs, which is what you are. Really often, students in your position decide that they're going to, I'm sorry, families, but it's true, go home. And they're going to go home, and they're going to sort of settle in, and they're going to get a job, and they're going to figure it out, and then in a couple of years, they're going to go do whatever that is. And that's fine, and it works, and it's great for certain graduates, but you have to know that the decision to do that is hugely expensive to you in terms of opportunity. Because deciding today that you're going to do the very next thing, the big thing next, means that you can tap into a network of professional development opportunities at every major corporation and company in this country that are designed only for new graduates. So if you go home, and I want them to come home, but I don't want them to stay home necessarily, you miss this incredible opportunity to apply for what are called trainee, management trainee, post-college, college graduate training opportunities. Here's how they work, and they're everywhere. Here's how they work. For you, it's a job. They pay living wage. They pay good living wage, even if you're in New York or Chicago. And you go into Disney or NBC or the list goes on forever. Nike. Ooh, Nike. Yes, Nike, right? And they give you, you're part of a cohort, training cohort, and you spend 6 or 8 weeks at all different kinds of parts of the company. Marketing, advertising, design, whatever it is. And at the end of the year, they decide whether they're going to keep you. It's an opportunity to be developed and to get into these corporations. So if you're interested in careers in fashion, film, marketing, television, business, design, just about anything except healthcare, which is, boy, are you in demand, equestrian studies, which so are you, and performing arts, which the world is waiting. Now is the time to make a list of the dream corporations you want to work for, get online, find out how you're going to apply for the trainee programs, and leap headstrong, headfirst into the next big career adventure of your life. There are so many opportunities right now. So some of you may remember Arola Wegman, maybe, who was in the, right? And yeah, Arola, yes. So I said this to Arola when she was a senior, and we spent some time, and she applied for several, but she applied in particular for the Nike training program. And she had a final interview this close, and COVID hit. And so you may recall that Arola stayed for a year and really was incredibly valuable to us. But during that year, she applied for another one at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And she got it. And she moved to New York City, and she worked for a year at the Met, and then they hired her. So now, Arola works in the marketing art department of the Met. This happens. I could give you a list. This happens, and it could happen to you, and it should. And yes, I'm going to help you. So this morning I got on ChatGPT. How many of you have used ChatGPT? It's not cheating. Just saying, it's not. I know it's like, it's okay, because this morning I got on ChatGPT and I put in 6 prompts, and I pay $20 a month, so I get the fast version. And I asked for the list of all of the corporations in this country that provide this kind of training opportunity in general, and then by area of study. Design, marketing, publication, book publication, magazines, you name it. And in about, because this is ChatGPT, in about 5 minutes, not even 3 minutes, I have a list of 180 of those organizations that offer those kinds of training opportunities for you. And I'm going to put that page together, and we're going to post it so you can take a look at it, and when you're home exhaling, take a look at the page and decide whether or not maybe this is something that you want to do. Then there are life experience jobs. I'm a huge fan of life experience jobs, maybe because when I was a faculty member I taught writing, and my students wanted to be writers. But they were fortunate enough to have lived relatively comfortable lives, and they needed a crash course in life's dilemmas. They needed to surround themselves with characters and plot lines and experiences to inspire their imaginations. So instead of getting a job at home, they got the same kind of job in New Orleans in the French Quarter, because there's stories in the French Quarter. In Las Vegas, in the casinos, and in Aspen on the mountains. They went not just to take workaday jobs, but to immerse themselves in the stories they wanted to tell. And then there are find myself jobs. One of my grads worked as a fire watcher in Wyoming on the top of a tower out in the middle of nowhere. And I mean nowhere. They used to have to helicopter his food in, and he has to, look, I know, there's like, ew, it's not for everybody. And pull up the rope ladder so the bears didn't climb up the ladder to get the food, right? It worked perfectly for him, and he wrote his first novel, and it got published. A friend of my daughter's has worked at the National Park Service's Gannett Ghost Town in the wilds of Montana for the past 3 summers. It's a ghost town. It is a ghost town. There are no lights. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Tourists who find it are not people you want to be alone with out in the mountains of Montana, perhaps. I don't know. But she loves it, and she swears it's haunted. And then there are jobs for those who just want to grow up into themselves. And become the most interesting people they can be. And in a world in which AI is about to disrupt everything we know about everything we know, and it is, being that interesting and courageous and embracing life kind of person is going to have market value you can't even imagine. Students looking for adventure, career-boosting activity, no matter what your career, can apply for a 1-year or 2-year work visa in Iceland, Australia, Italy, New Zealand, and Ireland. So I have to tell you a real quick story, which I don't usually talk about my daughter, but I will. I have a daughter, Annie, she's 24. She graduated from college last year. She got a job in marketing in the city where she went to college. I wanted her to go here, and she said every time she walked into a party, people were going to be like, oh my God, Diane's daughter is here. She can't possibly go here. So, okay, so she got a job in the city where she graduated. It was marketing. She was okay for about 2 months, and then she started to hate it. She started to say things like, this is it? This is what I'm going to do? I'm going to pack my lunch and go to work, and I'm going to write social media posts all day long for companies I don't care about, and then I'm going to go home and do it again? Watch bad TV? This is my life? I was like, yes. Absolutely, it's called working. This is your life. 2 months later, she started to complain, and I didn't say anything. I just texted her the link to the site where you can get a work visa to go to New Zealand. Every time she complained, I'm so annoying as a mother, really. I didn't respond, I just sent her the link. And in January, she was like, okay, fine. So she hit the link, and I told her it's gonna take 6 weeks to get a response. 15 minutes, took 15 minutes. And from there, the clock was ticking, right? Because you have a year, you have 4 months to go, and then from the day your foot hits the dirt in New Zealand, you have 1 year or 2 to stay. So all of a sudden the clock was ticking, and I was like, well, tick-tock, what are you gonna do? I know, annoying mother, so annoying. And so she kept working for 4 months and saved her money. And on Wednesday, she got on a plane and landed on Friday morning in New Zealand. And she's in New Zealand, and she's WhatsApping me within like an inch of my life constantly, but you know what? And she has a travel buddy. If you're thinking about this, and you should be, you should get yourself a travel buddy, and right now you could make eye contact with your best friend and roommate and think, maybe so. You're standing on the precipice of the rest of your life. The decisions that you make will create your life. What happens next? And if that sounds daunting, like I'm talking to somebody else, let me offer 2 quick reminders. First, there's no such thing as a final decision, which is actually what SJ said. There's no such thing as a final decision. There really, I mean, if you step out in front of a car, that's different. But for the most part, sorry. But for the most part, there's no such thing as a final decision. That was really not appropriate, was it? I'm sorry, really. Okay. Do you remember when you said we think about the things we wish we hadn't said? There we go. Okay, it happens even when you're the president. Okay. There's no such thing as a final decision. Whatever job you take or every move you make, it's just the next decision. It's not the last one. You can decide, and you can decide again. If you've taken a job and 3 months later you don't like the job, it's not great to quit after 3 months, but you can ask yourself, what am I going to do next? And here's the thing, interesting people do not live their lives in straight lines. They don't. The most interesting people have tried on lots of different kinds of lives, have traveled and explored and come to know people in places who are not like them. And they have discovered the strength and power within themselves to find their own way back home, wherever home may happen to be. And the second thing is, nobody does this alone. And you are far from alone. Look around you. In particular, at this moment, you are Stevens. And we are here to cheer you on, offer you advice, and be sure you don't go hungry. And next fall, when college students everywhere are settling into their new schedules and reconnecting with their best forever friends, and you feel like calling, maybe from New Zealand, just to check in, just to say hello, because you're supposed to be on campus because it's August, for heaven's sake. And you will. My phone rings a lot in August. We will be here. So very happy to hear from you. So excited about your next adventure. And finally, remember the turtle who only moves forward when she sticks her neck out. Stay in touch. Congratulations. And seriously, if anybody is going to apply for those training programs, be in touch. I can teach you how to be aware of the algorithms that make selections from the applications. Please join us in singing the Stevens hymn, led again by our graduating seniors. Oh, and here, everybody up, please. On the back of your program is the Stevens hymn. This is a community ritual, which means we all sing together. And then I ask that the audience remain at your seat until the students have processed out.
Stevens, our Stevens.